A lot of tribes people and a lot of village people had to get removed off their land. Now they're here in the capital with nowhere else to go.
Yes, so we still have a long way to go, but I believe at least if someone is out there and they quite don't understand what Black Lives Matter mean, why we should even, the whole world is protesting with all these, because sometimes people are not aware. You know, I put a status on my updates, like they were saying TikTok it was not allowing the Black Lives Matter hashtag.
Yeah,
it was being racist. You know? So I was like, what the, like, how can you even do that? It wasn't allowing anything about hashtag George Floyd.
Even Facebook.
Hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Facebook will remove a lot of comments that will, when you talk about white supremacists and things like that, they will remove those comments completely. And they will block you and say that this does not go with our community guidelines and all of that. And they'll block you completely.
It shows you how, well, this is a fight that will go on and on and on and on. That's what I said. But I think us as individuals, we can really play up. But what I was trying to say is, when I put that on my status, my friend was like, oh my God, Ray, what are you talking about? I'm like, so I had to send her an audio and explain for her. And then I realized some people just don't know actually. Sometimes they're just about it, they just are not even aware.
You have Africans who don't even believe that that's a part of them, like that's associated with them. What we're going through has nothing to do with them.
Exactly.
And we have people in America who believe that what y'all going through here has nothing to do with us there. No, that's not true at all. Right after we gained our freedom through slavery, a few years later, like I believe between 40 and 60 years later, you guys got colonized. In 1867, we got our freedom. 1888, y'all got colonized. So it's all done by design. So if my struggle is your struggle is my struggle. We don't need to be separated in our problems. We need to come together in our problems. What affects me here in Uganda affects me there in America and vice versa.
Yeah, that's true. Very, very true. Because we are looked at as one. We are all black. So we are looked at as one. Yeah, so I think, I don't know if you have like any final things to share. We can end the conversation here.
Okay, so last thing I do want to say is everybody out there who are non-melanated, not people of color or anything like that, you are an ordinary person or a white person, whatever you consider yourself, and you're not a person of color, please do your best to educate yourself. If you really do truly care and you really do want to be a part of this movement, educate yourself on how this all began and what you can do to stop it. And personally, I feel like you need to find out about the laws and procedures that were put in place to protect you and not us. You guys have what's called white privilege, and this privilege, it's not just about the skin color, it's about an ability to be able to do things in places where other people cannot do those things and cannot even be or exist. So with that being said, you guys really need to take up your time and read and educate yourself and understand that you have lived a life of privilege. And I'm not blaming you for that. Nobody's blaming you for that, but we are trying to make you aware that there is a clear difference between your life and our life. And you need to do something in order to change that. We can't do it because we don't have access to it. You people have access to it. So with that being said, you guys need to go to your governors, your senators, your councilmen, your mayors, all of these people, and you need to tell them that you are not okay with this. If you truly stand for equality, then we should have that same privilege. There shouldn't be no such thing as white privilege. It should be American privilege because we're all the same. So those are my final thoughts on that.
Yes, and also, would you share some recommendations of maybe books if someone is interested to educate themselves and learn more about Black history?
Oh yeah, there's one book in particular.
To read, because I think reading is important. Yes,
so a lot of these books, a lot of things I didn't really remember, like the author or the titles of them, but there's one book in particular that always stick with me, and it is it's an author named Michelle Alexander, and the book is about in the present. Okay, so mass incarceration in presidents mass incarceration in the age of colorblindness, and it's called The New Jim Crow. It basically talks about how since slavery, there was a part of a law that was implemented into our Constitution called the 13th Amendment. It talks about how mass incarceration was ramped up ever since slavery. Ever since slavery, they have been trying to put our people in prison in mass, as many as they can, as often as they can. And this is not something that's going to slow down at all. So the more y'all educate yourselves, and the more you will understand that this is a very present problem that has been going on for a very long time. Now you have private prison institutions, you have a lot of private entities who are getting into areas where they should not be getting into because we are allowing these things to happen. So y'all need to read that book by Michelle Alexander, The New Jim Crow. You look up The New Jim Crow. You find it on Amazon, Google it, whatever. You can find it anywhere.
Okay, so I thank you so much, King Obutunda.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sure we shall have another conversation with him because he's staying in Uganda, even as a Ugandan wife. So you're now Ugandan. You blend it slowly by slowly.
Thank you so much.
So the book, I'm going to make sure I write it in the description. The title, I write it really well if you want to get it. And if you've watched this video, I would like you to share your thoughts. Do people understand these issues? If you do understand, do you actually care? If you do care, what are you doing about it? Because keeping quiet is not an option, you know. We can't be quiet because it's our responsibility as Ugandans, as black people. It's our responsibility to speak out. And sometimes you might think this is not about me, this is not about me, but our children will be the ones to suffer with these problems. So at least us as individuals, I believe everyone has a role to play in this. We can only do this together as one. So I thank you so much. If you watched this video, I thank you so much. And